Today, we talk to somebody who has sold multiple seven figures, and he's going to give us a lot of his best product and keyword research strategies, as well as an advertising strategy I've never heard of, where on launch, he creates 50 auto campaigns. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers Podcast by Helium 10. I'm your host, Bradley Sutton, and this is the show that's a completely BS-free, organic conversation about serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the e-commerce world. And we are going kind of as far as we can go time zone-wise to Singapore right now. What time is it over there?
It's 10 a.m.
10 a.m. So 7 p.m. over here. I don't know how many hours that is, but it's a lot. All right. I'm living in the past. We're going back to the future because it's already tomorrow over there where you're at. But Clarence, one half of the FBA bros from Singapore,
right,
is in the house. He's been on the podcast before, but as we have been doing this year, we have a lot of new listeners. So we're going to, pretend like it's the first time for all of you getting his backstory. But let's go ahead and hop in to it. Clarence, you are obviously, like we just said, talking to us from Singapore. Is that where you were born and raised?
That's right. Born local, born and raised here in Singapore. That's where I've been all my life.
So something, as I've been going to Singapore more and learning about the history is, Singapore is a relatively new country in the world, and it's not like, we have 5 generations that all come from Singapore. And so it's kind of, like Singapore is an English speaking country, but most everybody has, either, was maybe just born there first generation or maybe came from another country. So how it works is most of like maybe your generation or your parents were not born in Singapore, but they came from other countries. And then as I understand it, is it kind of like when you went to like, primary school, high school, whatever you guys call that, you learn both English and then whatever your native tongue from your parents, or explain a little bit how that works. We're getting a little history and geography lesson here too today.
That is amazing. I think, Bradley, you're so well-traveled. You even understand the nuances of being a Singaporean. You're right. Singapore is a really, really young country. We gained independence from the British in 1965. That's not long ago, actually, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. Most of us are from outside of Singapore. That's where our forefathers come from, mostly in China, India, or most of Asia. And yes, when we grow up, through our education system is called primary school, secondary school, and then we go to junior colleges or polytechnics. We had to learn a main language, which is English. And there's something else we call our mother tongue, which is whatever ethnicity your parents come from. Like for me, I'm Chinese, so I learned Mandarin. So that's what we grew up with. We are bilingual, basically. Most of us are here.
That's awesome. Okay, now you mentioned secondary school, and then there's different options for after, like university or technical college. Which route did you take? Take after secondary school?
Yeah, I took what most Singaporean dreams to do, which is through the junior college route, then go to our local university. So I graduated from Nanyang Technological Uni, which is NTU for short.
What was your major?
I majored in civil engineering. So the construction sites, the building. Yeah, so that's my study.
As you were going through university, was your parents just fully supporting you? Did you have to get like outside jobs to kind of like, pay for your education, or how did that work?
Yeah, interesting that you asked that. In Singapore, education is a big thing. Over here, the parents are very, very absorbed in their child getting educated. Unfortunately, my family didn't have that had that privilege because we were growing up, should I say, not really meeting ends meet. We were really struggling from a financial point of view. So I grew up in an area where there was really lack, and we didn't really had the pleasures to, should I say, even get onto simple things like getting food here. It can be also tough for us when I was growing up, right? So I had to, from a very early age, get another job just to support some of supplemental income. But I think my dad was really kind. He said that please focus on your education. I think that's a very key thing that he wants me to do. And I think I also tried to, yeah, he took on more jobs just so that I can focus on education, which I am very, very thankful and blessed for. Yeah,
Nice. And then upon graduating, did you enter that field right away to
that's right.
start making your own
Yeah.
money?
Yeah, so after graduating, I think that was like in 2015. That's when I entered full-time job. I landed this iron rice bowl job, basically. And my dad was so proud of me. I worked for the government, and I served as an engineer to
Hmm.
create infrastructure projects for the government. So I was in charge of uh, a certain, like in Singapore, we call this the MRT, the Mass Rapid Transport system. It's all
Okay.
the underground networks of trains. So I was in charge of one of that project there. And yeah, that bring me a lot of fulfillment and pride. And of course, my family and my dad is so happy that I was in that job. Yeah, so that I did that for 5 years. And lo
Okay.
and behold, right, Amazon FBA came. And that's
So
probably the start.
how did that come? Like why were you looking for something else? I mean, I forgot what word you guys just said, but doesn't that mean, hey, you found your job for life and everything, and it was your family's dream, and you were able to graduate and get your dream job, and it's for the government? What made you look for something else?
Yeah, that's exactly the oxymoronic thing here, which is I'm on the like I'm on the track of success according to the Singaporean dream, right? Like you found a great job. Why do you want to ruin it, risk it all, and start a business that is so uncertain and things like that? And I think today I can only say that deep down I had this desire to try to say that there must be more to life than just a normal 9 to 5, right? And if to even think like that is a luxury actually, because I mean everything was set up to take that leap of faith was, should I say, really, it's really a pure gamble if you ask me, right?
Hmm.
And I mean I 100% believe in God, and I believe that was my calling, and that
Okay.
that really really pushed me into the area of entrepreneurship. So 5 years in, after joining that stable job, yeah, I began to have a lot of thoughts about my future, and how I want to plan it to be. And I think entrepreneurship was the way for me.
Did you talk about this with your family, or kind of keep it to yourself because you were afraid you're going to let them down, or how did that go?
No, I remember, right, when I was about to tender my resignation, I had a dinner with my dad, and I, I just told him, right, give me 2 years to make this work. If this doesn't work, it's all, it doesn't work, and I failed, it's okay. Let me go back to my job, right? Lose nothing. I'm still young. I can figure things out. All right. So he gave me the green light, and that was the moment I know, okay, I gotta make this work, man. If this doesn't work, I'm back to the normal life. Let's forget about all the other stuff. Yeah.
Now, what made you decide, or what made you decide to quit right away? Like what some people do. I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way, but there are some people who are, man, you know what? I've got a pretty steady job. I know I don't like it, but it's kind of, secure. So let me just do something on the side or as a side hustle before I go all in, just to make sure I'm a little bit stable. But what was your thought process as far as, I'm going all in on this?
Yeah, my thought process is, of course, I'm not gonna go all in yet, because bills still have to be paid, right? So, uh, when I started this, it's a side hustle, like you said. Many people do have a side hustle apart from their full time job. Uh, what set that apart was, for me, I had a goal in mind. I want this side hustle to grow and at least overtake my day job's income. So I want to do that for at least 6 months. Then I will
Ah, okay.
consider, right, pulling the trigger
There
to
we
say,
go.
okay, this makes sense. I'm gonna go now and go all in on this opportunity. Yeah, so that's what happened for me.
What was your first product that you ever launched?
The very very classic moon lamp. That was my first product that actually, yeah, helped me to learn a lot about Amazon FBA. Probably not
What
the
what
right way
year are
to
we
launch
talking about?
account.
Was this like 2020, 2021? When are we
2020,
talking about?
early 2020. Yeah,
So kind of like during COVID already,
yeah.
almost.
During
Okay.
COVID, everything works, right?
Yeah. And then what was it, a successful launch then?
Yeah, it was considered a successful launch. It's just not sustainable because we have patent issues and a lot
Mm.
of Amazon and other things always try to slap us down. So yes, not the best, but we did launch, not we, I did launch multiple products after that as well to help me to get to that level of the 6 months income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was your first successful product? Was it the egg, pan that you've always shown?
Yeah, that was actually literally the very, very first one that made the breakthrough. And to date, we are still selling it. Unfortunately, it's just we just recently ran out of stock. So the main is it. I'm sure if you can see it. But we do have a variation launch, and this is one of them. Yeah, the
Okay.
Tamago cake pan with the lead version. So yeah, this was launched due to market study, and we realized okay, people do want the lead as well. So other than lead, how much more can we add value? And we just threw in all the stuff.
What was your best like profit margin that you had? Obviously, I'm sure it goes up and down, especially with changing tariffs and fees and things like that. But what was your best profit percentage?
60%.
Sixty
Beautiful
percent. Oh my
60%.
goodness,
Yes.
really cool. And
That
and
was that
is
was
it
the
is
golden
is
days.
it 6 figures per year product?
Yes, it is 6 figures a year for this just
Nice.
a simple product like that. Yeah.
How did you find this opportunity? Like it's not like, oh, I was doing moon lamps and now let me do this other kind of lamp. I mean, obviously this is a complete pivot here. So how did you land on this opportunity?
Yeah, so Bradley, back then, right? I literally had no concepts of branding and whatnot, right? I just want to sell products that make money. And I think that was the thought process behind how we found the egg pen in the first place.
Hmm.
In fact, in the FBA Bros program, we teach 4 methods to find products, and I use literally one of them, which is the shopping method. So shopping method literally means we go out to the malls. In Singapore, we have plenty of malls. That's all we can do here. So I go out, took a walk, and somehow I landed in this specialty Japanese shop. And all they sell is Japanese kitchen items, right? And hey, it's an interesting place. I went there, took out my phone, took photo of every single aisle in that shop, went back home, took out the photo again, list it down on the Excel sheet, and with the help of Helium 10, do the research to validate every single product in that images. And the egg pen actually stood out to pass our criteria for product research. And as you say, the rest is history.
What's some of that criteria? I know that's changed over the years, and I think you were saying earlier even using AI to help you, but the general concept I imagine has stayed kind of the same. So like what means opportunity and what's red flags, which means nope, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, great question. We do have, if I want to break it down fully, we do have 23 different data points that we look at to pass a product, right? And I'm an
Hmm.
engineer background, right? And I'm very
Hmm.
analytical from from training. So my training in civil engineering actually do bring over to Amazon FBA, and it comes forth through meticulous data mining to really pass products. So one of the critical ones is I always want to reverse engineer how my competitors are doing in terms of keyword ranking. I mean, today
Hmm.
with AI and everything, people are debating if even search terms and keywords are important. But I think on Amazon, that is still the primary way customers
100%
search
is.
to
Yep.
buy a product. I mean, with
Yep.
data, right? I believe you did a series on that as well, that you show
Yeah.
that customers are still searching keywords regardless of
That's one of my
whatever
pet
AI
peeves,
comes.
as you've seen. It's like I have never honestly seen gaslighting at this level that you see like on LinkedIn and like if you were just to believe what you see on LinkedIn or what people say, is like you would think that American people who use Amazon never search with the search bar anymore because all they use is AI. But like that is, I mean, the data shows that is not correct. But yeah, so and that's why I say like maybe it's changed a little bit, but not too much. And so what are some of the top of those 20, I think 23, you said 23
That's right.
different criteria?
Yes. So keyword ranking of our top 10 competitors, that's something very important. If you want to launch a new product in Amazon, you got to know that you got to win them in keyword ranking. Are they easy to overrank or outrank? Right. So when I launched on the
What
egg
makes
pen,
something easy or not?
yeah, so we had this criteria where we look at their current ranking for all the
Hmm.
keywords. Cerebro helps with that amazingly. We can map them on the top 10 competitors, find common keywords that this market is being ranked for. So, for
Hmm.
example, the egg pen, probably Japanese egg pen, tamagoyaki pen. So, these keywords are high keywords that you are supposed to contest for if you're to launch in that market anyway. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to find out if I can even rank on page one for Japanese egg pen, tamagoyaki pen, etc. And to do that, I must make sure that my competitors, they basically suck at keyword ranking. They do not know Amazon
Mm.
PPC. They do not know how to optimize their listing. And and when we found certain markets like the egg pen, we realized that
Hmm.
some competitors don't even do PPC, and they're still selling in like the top, like 5 or 6 in the position, and they're doing
Oh, so you like run
significantly.
Cerebro and then you see it says like 0 sponsored, keywords or something like
Yeah,
that. So then you know that they're
exactly.
not doing, okay, that's a
Yeah.
good one.
So if they are at the top 5 in revenue and they're doing $20,000 a month and they're not running PPC, hey, that's a smoking gun. That
I like
is
it.
a good product to launch for Amazon.
Some people say it's so different now. Oh, sure, that worked. 2020, 2021, you could sell anything you wanted because of COVID. But is this kind of criteria still today, 2026, still valid? Or what has and what has not changed as far as your criteria for you to launch new products or your community?
Excellent. In fact, I think today it is easier to launch. Right. I'm going to explain
Wow.
that why. Right. I mean, to answer your very first question is as long as people are searching for products on Amazon with a search bar, this works, because you still got to rely on ranking,
Yep.
the search engine optimizations part of things do have to happen, right? Why I say it's easier, because we have been seeing data to support that the number of new sellers coming on the platform on Amazon is getting lower and lower by the month, while the demand is rising. People are buying more and more on Amazon. You get more search volume, you get more search terms appearing on Amazon, while the number of sellers are shrinking. So this is where I call the golden opportunity for sellers, or especially new sellers, to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Ignore the other things, right? Like what you hear about FBA is still a great business. You just got to go deep into the keywords from a data point of view and enter a niche product like the Japanese
Mm-hmm.
egg pen. But of course, please do not compete with me.
Yes. I like it. Okay. All right. Let's talk about how AI helps this process, because none of us, while we might make fun of what people talk about saying that, oh, AI has taken over the buyer game, which is not necessarily true. I think that AI definitely is very useful from the brand or seller point of view, that helps. Not necessarily you do something completely new that you've never done before, but it really streamlines a lot of processes. So for your Amazon businesses, how have you used AI, whether it's in product research, whether it's keyword research, whether it's operational things? What are your top things you're using AI for?
Yeah, I'm very excited about this because with AI, it's supposed to help your business. I always believe AI is meant to multiply you, right? What used to take maybe for you, if you want to research one product in the past without AI, it probably take me 1 or 2 hours to validate one product. Imagine I go through like hundreds of products just to find that one product, right? It's going to take hundreds of hours just to do product research. With AI, I can streamline that down from 2 hours to less than 5 minutes to validate one product, to go through all the 23 different criteria that we have. And just
Wow.
because of that, we are able to get to our product a lot faster, validate it in bulk. And now there is this even the opportunity to use agents, AI agents, to do the research for you. So all you got to do is just, log into your system, find out exactly what your AI agent has done for the week, review the products manually still to validate the products, and then find your winning product. So you don't even have to be doing the product research anymore, actually. Your AI agents can do the research for you. And you just need to put in your verification glass and check the work of the AI.
Is it Claude that you're using, or which kind of how are you programming these agents?
Yeah, Claude is great for this. So we use Claude Code really heavily in terms of creating all these automated processes out. So yeah, so that's something that I'm really excited about for the product research side of things.
Let me ask you, like I just teased to you the other day that, hey, Helium 10 is going to have MCP for our data. You're obviously using Helium 10. Let's just say, Cerebro, Blackbox, all the tools you've been using in Helium 10 are going to be available in MCP. You're just now thinking of this. I'm not sure how fast you can think, but what would be your like best use cases for your workflows of how something would be different? Maybe something you were doing manually in Helium 10 before, or maybe just programming the agent, or how would MCP change your workflow?
Wow, that's definitely a game changer because I think Helium 10 still has the most comprehensive data on the market. Nothing come close, right? I've checked myself. This is not sponsored, by the way, right? So, in terms of data comprehensiveness and the breadth of marketplaces availability, MCP giving us access to that data right from Helium 10 server is a gold mine. With data, AI can do a lot of things. So product research will revolutionize it. Like a very, very simple idea, like what items to bundle with your product. If
Mm-hmm.
MCP server can connect to black box product targeting, and you can find all the different frequently buy together items that is ranked on the ASIN, you can have this AI to study that list and recommend the top 5 items to bundle that is very high impact, low cost, and will move the needle for your business. Just a simple idea like that, automated, is going to be very powerful.
Nice, nice. Um, for any of your brands that you know, whether we're talking the egg brand or any of your other brands, are you exclusively 100% selling on Amazon USA, or have you started selling on other Amazon marketplaces or any other non-Amazon, marketplaces like Shopify or TikTok Shop or something like that?
Yeah, interesting. Now, actually, with AI, the opportunity to expand outside Amazon is even greater. And I think TikTok is a gold mine. Something that I've seen recently. This is not what I've done, but that's what I've seen another seller did, and I'm just mind blown that he's doing that. So the gist of it is he's not just selling on Amazon, but he's also getting TikTok Shop or even diverting TikTok traffic to his Amazon store, right? And the way he did it is he had this whole elaborate dashboard that's created with Cloud Code, and he has AI agents creating social media content at mass. So I'm talking about like 400 videos a day
Oh
that's
my
created
goodness.
just for his brand, and he just need one guy to verify manually whether if that video is a passable standard to post on TikTok, right? And so he has like I think a few TikTok accounts as well. So all he did is every single day he carpet bomb TikTok with his product, and the videos sometimes go viral, sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't matter. It's all created by AI, and it helps his Amazon store grow. And yeah, and he's selling in one of the most crowded spaces on Amazon. Traditionally, with just purely PPC keyword advertising, you're going to lose a lot of money for many years just to get ranking. But because he managed to crack the TikTok algorithm to bring traffic over to Amazon, he beat a lot of his old-time competitors on Amazon search ranking just by doing this
Wow.
method. And only with AI, you can get that scale to the masses very quickly. Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
very excited for this part.
Without even having to rely too much on affiliates because he's making his own videos, pretty much, and so he
Exactly.
doesn't even have to give himself. He doesn't have to give somebody else,
Yeah.
commission,
Yeah,
pretty
so
much.
he's paying like 20 cents, 40 cents per video, every 30 seconds video. And he has 400 videos a day being posted on TikTok across different accounts. I mean, you can imagine the reach that it can get you compared
Yeah.
to paying PPC $1 for that one click, right? And it's
Yep.
so expensive. So one video sometimes can go 10,000 views. Some videos, most of the videos maybe reach 200 views. But that's okay
Mm-hmm.
for him, right? 20 cents for 200 views. It's still worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm going to implement as well. And I'm going to steal that playbook.
I like it. I like it. What are some other ways? Let's go back to Helium 10 a little bit. You've talked about using Black Box for product research, using Black Box to get bundling ideas, using Cerebro to get keywords. What other tools in Helium 10 can you not live without?
Cerebro, hands down. Hands down, Cerebro. If Cerebro is the only tool that we are still staying on subscription for, I will still pay for the subscription, right? Because I think in terms of the keyword usefulness, I think crux of our research process really boils down to the use of Cerebro in terms of reverse keyword ASIN to find competitors that are weak in ranking. Without that keyword
Mm-hmm.
data, I wouldn't dare to launch another product on Amazon. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Is it mainly on the product research side, or then are you also using that to get the keywords to build the listing? And if so, like I know it's hard to estimate, like how much money would you have missed out on if you didn't have it? Because, is it necessary to use Cerebro to make a listing? No, like it doesn't take a rocket scientist or a civil engineer to know that, hey, Japanese egg pan probably is a keyword. So just by yourself, you would have come up with, maybe half the, I don't know, whatever, half or
Yeah.
most of the main keywords. But if you could estimate, because I know when I run Cerebro, I'm like, oh my God, I never would have thought that people use this keyword to search for this product. I would never would have put that, like I always do stuff. So like if you had to put a number on it, like percentage wise or revenue wise of all the revenue you've had, how much revenue came from you putting keywords in your listing that you only would have found with Cerebro?
Man, our launch process relies so much on the keyword that Cerebro spits out. Like you mentioned, right? Yes, we can probably guess a handful of keywords that for a product like the egg pen, but I wouldn't have imagined that there are thousands of keywords that people search to buy a egg pen. Like a Japanese egg pen in particular, right? Like one of them is like a Korean square pen. Like how it doesn't even make sense, but it's people are searching Korean square pen to buy Japanese egg pen, right? Because I mean, maybe there's just no similar products like that. So Cerebro digs out all these gold mine keywords that works surprisingly that like even it's not very obvious for us. And one of our launch process is so important that we hammer all that 1,000 keywords at launch day one because we already found out what are the keywords that are bringing sales to our competitors. So if we can target the same keywords at launch, we are at a massive advantage compared to another seller who's just doing PPC, maybe auto campaigns, all right, to mine for keywords. So they're going to waste a few days to do research on their keywords while I'm already getting sales from proven keywords. That makes the whole difference. So I can't give you a specific revenue number, but I do say that, it's crucial to have that data.
For this pan overall, how much gross revenue you think you've done lifetime?
Man, wow. We started this in like 2022. 4 years. I think we do hit at least $1 million and above in lifetime sales.
I mean, so $1 million, hold on, let me calculate that out here. So 1 million, what's the regular price for the pan, the retail price?
The other one is $30, 30.
So that's like 30,000 of these pans, maybe, give or take a few thousand you've sold. Do you and your partner ever just sit and think like there are 30,000 households in America who are eating breakfast because of this pan that we made? Like, do you ever just stop and just like think about that as a brand owner?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the scale that Amazon gives your product to reach consumers in an overseas market, especially when I'm living in Singapore, right? It's crazy. Yeah, it still blows our mind. We didn't like set out on day one I want to sell egg pen, right? I'm going to go Amazon and sell the best egg pen on Amazon, right? Yeah, that's not our goal. Our goal is basically data-backed research, and the research just greenlit this product and we launch it and it works. At the end of the day, $1 made from an egg pen is the same dollar made from another product. Anyway, I want to make it as easy as possible. Yeah.
I think the ultimate is going to be, I mean, I know you don't come here to America that often. I saw you here last year when you came out to help us with the scale stories. But if you start coming out to America and instead of staying in hotels, you stay in Airbnb, I think the most amazing thing is one day you're going to stay in an Airbnb and you're going to go to the kitchen and open their cabinet and there is your product. That's like, to me, like the ultimate cool thing when you start a brand is just to like see it out in the wild or see somebody has it and they didn't even know is your product.
Yeah, definitely. I think brand building is the next step for us to really get there. And like what we mentioned, selling on Amazon does reach to a certain scale, but to reach to that nationwide appeal, you do need to have a solid brand.
Let's talk about that a little bit, because it's not a matter, like you couldn't have just, I see these, back in 2022 or whenever you started, I see these Japanese egg pans. Let me just find some random Alibaba supplier and just, put my own label, FN SKU from Amazon on it, and boom, for 4 or 5 years, I'm going to be successful selling tens of thousands of units. What did you do, if anything, to like differentiate your product itself or your, photography or branding and things like that? What made you so successful?
You have to understand your customers. Yeah, because from our product research training, we always look at our competitors. But this was something that I also begin to explore more recently, which is, hey, maybe we shouldn't start with our competitors in the first place. We should start with our customers, as in delivering things that exactly what they want. Yeah, so you create a product that they are looking for, but it's not existing. Uh, Market flavors also change. Customers' behavior will change over time. Like the egg pen, the customer behavior actually do change. Like we are seeing, like in the past, like 90% of the customers are buying the normal pen, but over time we start seeing the demand for a normal pen with the lid coming in, right? Just a simple lid to
Mm-hmm.
cover the pen. So we
Mm-hmm.
can start seeing that, hey, customers are actually shifting their buying behavior towards the lead version.
Yeah.
So what we had to do is just we had to also create the lead version to satisfy that customer demand. Yeah, so we had to also look at the customers and serve them the best that we know how. And I think that's how you deserve the to maintain that top ranks on Amazon as well.
Now, you made the statement, "Hey, I actually think it's even easier now to sell products." Now, obviously, somebody might say, "Hey, well, what do you know that this egg pan was 4 years ago?" But for any other product launches you've done or people in your community, you don't have to say what the product is if you don't want to. But can you give just at least an experience of somebody, either yourselves or somebody that maybe has launched a product in the last year or 6 months and had success, and just talk a little bit about the characteristics of it and how they their process and what their what the results were.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm confident in saying that Amazon is easier today. And I don't say it without evidence, right? I have data. I come bringing proof, receipts, right?
Receipts,
So,
I like it.
yeah, we do have our own other brands as well that we launched. Just this year, we have launched 2 more products and about to launch about 8 more for the rest of
Wow.
the 2026. Our own community, we have people constantly launching products as well. We literally had last month, one of the guy launched a product in the home and kitchen niche. Right on day number 5, he got the number 1 sales velocity in that market.
Wow.
And that is the power of a data-backed product research, because you enter into markets that you know you can win. And I'm not talking about like maybe 10 units a day. He's doing 50 units a day for that market
Hmm.
in day 5 of launch. And that's very powerful, a good testament, because he hasn't had reviews yet, but he looked at data and he solved the market needs by differentiating. And that's why he deserved the 50 units a day at day 5. And I'm very proud of him. So we have this team repeating for not just students launching in the home and kitchen, but in not we have even students launch in the UK market as their first product, and we also see the same results. Like in as little as 1 week, he's getting the top 3 in sales velocity for that market. You're comparing with competitors with hundreds and even thousands of reviews, and suddenly there's this new guy that pops up and he's winning every single one of them. Yeah, so I think we are
Wow.
very, very proud of all the achievements that the community have shown. And I mean, I will also back it up with our own launches as well, right? When we launch, we also will target the top 5 in as little as weeks.
What is his and your launch strategy like generically? Is it 100% PPC? Are you sending outside traffic? Like, how do you choose the main keywords, and how do you? I mean, because obviously you don't just launch a product and then magically you start selling 50 units a day. There's got to be some kind of effort there. So what is that?
Yeah, it's a launch SOP that we follow. Like we briefly discussed is about the Cerebro keywords, right? When we
Mm-hmm.
found Cerebro, let's for example the egg pen, there are thousands of keywords that can appear. So we will choose maybe the top 50% of the keyword list, and we just put it as exact match on day 1, and that will
Okay.
start bringing some actually high hitting sales already just from day 1. The other strategy that we use for launch PPC, and this is just purely PPC only,
Mm-hmm.
these bulk auto campaigns basically is you're creating many auto campaigns in all the different matches, the close match, loose match, complement, substitute. So by
Also,
the end
instead
of
of having all of those matches in one campaign, you're actually isolating the close match for one campaign, the loose match for another auto
that's right.
campaign. I've never heard of that
Yeah, that's
before.
right.
Interesting.
So we launched with that 4 separate category of auto campaigns, and we leave it running for maybe 1 or 2 days just to see the flavor of the data. Whichever campaign gives us sales, especially in the first week of launch, right? We duplicate that campaign 50 times in different
50
varying needs.
times?
Exactly. We're carpet
Wait,
bombing our
hold on. Are you saying 50 auto campaigns or
yes,
or
that's right.
50?
50 auto campaigns
how
when
in the
they've
world did you
proven.
discover this strategy? I mean, like, oh, I accidentally, divided this. Okay, I can understand doing. How in the world did you? That this is a real engineer's thought process here. How in the world
Exactly,
did you
yeah.
discover this strategy of 50
I don't know.
of the same kind of auto campaigns?
It's a very interesting strategy because I don't like to work so hard, right? I don't want to find keywords
Uh huh.
that gives me sales continuously week after week. It's so tiring to mine that data. So why not let Amazon do it? But hey, Amazon has auto campaign and their algorithms improving so quickly every single day. In fact, when we did this launch of auto campaigns, like bulk auto campaign launches, let's say we have 50 auto campaigns for close match. And then we
Hmm.
vary the bids, right? Let's say our original bid was 75 cents. We started
Hmm.
as that. So we have 50 campaigns. We just shift the bid down to 1 cent for every single campaign. So the other campaign will have like 74 cents bidding, then 73 cents, all
Wow.
the way down to like 20 cents. So we are literally carpet bombing all the pages and impressions on the product pages and keywords, whatever variation there is for that product for a certain niche and certain bid level, to the point that hey, you actually do get a lot of results from that. And it's so low hanging fruit, yet high impact item that I think every Amazon seller should start doing.
What's your daily budget on these 50 campaigns, or on
Five
the
dollars, five
initial
dollars,
4 campaigns?
yeah, $5 a day budget,
Okay.
and let it run.
And what is your, I mean, obviously this could get out of hand really quick. Sometimes Amazon, I'm sure in some of your campaigns is just terrible, because Amazon's not giving you good keywords. What kind of criteria are you using before you just pause the whole campaign if it's really bad, or where your negative match criteria, like how many clicks with no sales?
Yeah, because I don't do negative match for this kind of bulk auto campaign. It's just too tedious, right? So what I
Wow.
do is when I
You need to
see
use
the
Helium 10 ads so it's not so tedious. You could just like set a rule there.
yeah, maybe we close a campaign where of course the A cost is high, because it doesn't matter to me because I can always create another 50 more campaigns to test again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when let's say out of the 50 campaigns, 10 of them is high A cost, 40 of them is good A cost. And usually
Hmm.
you will probably see something like this according to your conversion rate. You close at 10, let the 40 run for maybe 1 or 2 weeks. If they do
Hmm.
well again, you duplicate that campaign in the same bid again, 5 times more. So let's say if
Oh my
the
God.
56 bits, 56 cents bits is doing well, you're giving you 10% A cost. Hey,
Uh-huh.
Amazon is telling you it works. Why not you duplicate more what works? So you multiply it 5 times again. So you have 5 times auto campaign of 56 cents bit working for you well. And theoretically, it should give you low A cost as well because it's been proven before.
Huh.
And you keep repeating this again and again.
And then are you harvesting these keywords? Like let's say a few of the auto campaigns, they all find the same keyword where you're getting conversions at decent A cost. Are you then putting that keyword like in a manual campaign?
Yes. So now that's where AI will come in because you have so much
Mhm.
data, right, to mine and all these things. So AI can identify the top 10 products for you to launch in exact match, phrase match, and even broad match.
My next launch, let's get together and let's do a case study on this. I have never ever. I love doing this, but honestly, a lot of times, a lot of the things I hear is similar or the same as what other people say, which is fine. Obviously there's good strategies, but this is probably in many episodes this is the most shocked I've ever been listening to a strategy of something so different. So let's try it together for one of my next Project X or something launches. How's that sound?
Yeah, I love this. I love this. It's such a low hanging item that it's so easy to implement and yet gives you
Mhm.
such a great reward. So yep, go out with it.
And I'm going to show you how I can automate it with Helium 10 ads where I can set those criteria where you're not going to, we also even have something now. We just launched it where, how you mentioned, hey, I find the top keywords from Cerebro. So from day one, I'm trying to advertise for it in my manual campaigns. Well, I'm sure you're probably using like Helium 10 keyword tracker or something like that to even see, to make sure the bid that you chose is getting you to the top of search. Well, now we have something where you set the rule and say, hey, if after like 4 hours, it keeps being like position 5 and below, hey, increase the bid 15 cents and check it
Mm,
for 5 more hours. And so like we have even automations like that where you don't have to do it
that's
manually.
awesome.
I'll show you how to do it. Cool. All right. What's the future hold for the FBA bros and like, you just said you're launching, new products. Are you, thinking of expanding to Europe? Or are you, are you going to try and exit any of these brands? What's the next few years hold? I know you just got recently married, so are you going to take it easy a little bit now? What's going on?
Oh, no way, man. Yeah, so I think it's the playbook's the same. Keep launching products, keep getting the market with your products, serve your customers the best that you can, and keep growing and keep scaling. I think that's the general path of success for Amazon FBA, right? It's the boring old repeating of the same steps again and again at scale. And now with AI, you can do it better. I'm very excited for the future. We're going to grow our brands, and yeah, I think one of our brands is literally on the way to hit our target of about 10 million in revenue in 1 year, and this is a revenue brand, right? And I think it's highly possible in terms of our launch plans and the products that we have in line. Very excited to see how that comes, and yeah, I'm really excited for the future.
I love it. I love it. All right. Well, I hope to see you soon. We've hung out in California. We've hung out in Singapore. We've hung out in
Vietnam.
Vietnam. Where else in the world are we going to go out? Maybe you got to come with me on one of my Maldives episodes. Yeah, I'll give you a belated honeymoon, a second honeymoon with in Maldives with your wife there, and we can record the
I'll
Maldives
hold your
honeymoon
word to
episode
it, all right?
together. I love it. I love it. All right. Thank
Yeah,
you so
noted,
much,
bro.
Clarence, and look forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks, Bradley.